Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the world of decorative plaster, specifically, how to paint bark plaster. This is a popular choice for creating a natural, rustic look, and it's actually quite easy to achieve with the right techniques. So, let's start with the most important part, choosing the right paint. Now, you can't just use any old paint for this. You need a paint that's specifically designed for plaster. These paints are formulated to adhere well to the textured surface and provide a durable finish. There are two main types of paint you can use for bark plaster: acrylic and water-based. Acrylic paints are known for their durability and water resistance, making them a good choice for high-traffic areas. Water-based paints are a bit more eco-friendly and tend to have a lower odor, but they might not be as durable as acrylics. Once you've chosen your paint, it's time to consider the color. You can go for a natural, earthy tone to enhance the rustic look, or you can get creative and use bolder colors to make a statement. Just remember that the color will be affected by the texture of the bark plaster, so it's a good idea to test the paint on a small area first. Now, let's talk about application techniques. The most common method is to use a brush. This gives you a lot of control over the paint application and allows you to create interesting textures. If you're using a brush, make sure to use long, even strokes to avoid leaving brush marks. Another option is to use a roller. This is a faster method, but it can be a bit more challenging to control. If you're using a roller, make sure to use a high-quality roller cover that's designed for textured surfaces. Finally, you can also use a sponge to apply the paint. This is a great way to create a more organic, uneven look. Just dab the sponge onto the plaster, using light pressure to avoid smudging the paint. No matter which method you choose, it's important to apply the paint in thin, even coats. Let each coat dry completely before applying the next. This will help to ensure a smooth, even finish. And that's it. Painting bark plaster is a simple process that can add a touch of rustic charm to any space. Just remember to choose the right paint, use the right application techniques, and be patient. With a little practice, you'll be able to create beautiful, unique finishes that you'll love for years to come. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the world of decorative plaster, specifically, how to paint bark plaster. This is a technique that can add a truly unique and natural touch to your interior design, and I'm excited to share my knowledge with you. So, let's get started. When it comes to coloring bark plaster, you have a few options. One popular method is to color the intermediate solution itself. This is a great way to achieve a more subtle and even color throughout the plaster. You can use a variety of pigments for this, but I recommend using mineral pigments. They are highly durable and won't fade over time. Just be sure to mix the pigment thoroughly into the solution to ensure an even distribution of color. Now, let's talk about the traditional approach. The traditional method of coloring bark plaster involves applying paint directly to the finished surface. This allows for more creative freedom and allows you to create unique patterns and textures. For this method, you'll want to use a paint specifically designed for plaster. These paints are formulated to adhere well to the porous surface and won't crack or peel over time. When applying the paint, use a brush or roller to create the desired effect. You can use a variety of techniques, such as stippling, sponging, or even using a dry brush to create a more textured look. Remember, the key is to experiment and find what works best for you. And there you have it. Two methods for painting bark plaster, giving you the flexibility to achieve the look you desire. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe for more DIY tips and tricks.